Brooke from The Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So today is August 31st, so guess what? That means we're doing a garden tour. And I'm really excited to do this one because you've seen an early video, I've had water run. Today I'm actually gonna start doing some stuff in the front yard because for whatever reason, within this next week, it's gonna be cooler and so I can do harder work without like dying because of the heat. And so I'm really excited about that. So we're gonna start in the front yard, you know, and what's making me so excited is because I really feel like I'm actually starting my garden. You know, when you have water run out and like you're actually seeing people with equipment in your yard, it's just kind of like, wow, I'm actually doing something. The other gardens that I've had this year were really just run off hose bibs, but I'm really excited to have water in the front yard because number one, it's gonna free up hose bibs on the side of the house. And number two, they're just like this hose bibs attached to the house just leak and I really need to have them replaced and redone. And that's gonna be a project for a different day. And so I really like the fact that these are all set up the way they are. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna show you what's there. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my insidious garden plans. You know, I act like it's so evil. It's not evil. It's just I like pretending that it is because I'm crazy like that. But I'm gonna show you what's there. I'm gonna show you what I've got planned, tell you what I've got planned. We're just gonna walk around so you can see just the state of everything because in New Jersey, we have wacky weather and this year is no exception. So it's a little weird. So let me grab the dog and we're going to go outside. Okay guys, first stop is the porch. So the first thing you'll notice is that I painted the door. So it is pink. It's a pink color. And I am going to be working on changing the decorations because I have patriotic theme. You know, I did start some plants and I got to get those planted hopefully today because it's, like I said, it's much cooler. And so I'm looking at my morning glory here. I'm hoping you guys can see it. I think it's backlit, but it actually grows up around the post. It's actually pretty funny looking. Come here, Bumpy. I got the dog with me. And so here, I did Grandpa Ott's morning glories, and some of them are darker than others, but that's typical. And so I like the way they turned out. And so I've got some hollyhock there, some sunflowers, some phlox. Some of my perennials I'm starting now because I want them to get to I'm going to put them in the ground and get them a little bit bigger so that they're established for next year. Over there are my vegetables, and then those are carrots and the one that's not come up, and they take a little bit longer to germinate. Okay, so these are my citrus trees. That's the grapefruit, which is kind of, we'll put on some growth. The ones that have put on most growth are the lime and this variegated lemon. Oh man, that thing is huge. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to repot that at some point in time in the next couple months because with the amount of growth, it has to be starting to get root bound. Okay guys, so this is the front yard and I'm sure you guys can see the PVC pipe sticking out. Those are the water spigots. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some plastic over the head and spray paint them green so they match in with the grass and everything. So let me just walk you guys around. So I know I mentioned it. I did a talking video, which you may have tuned out, and that's fine because it's kind of boring watching me talk. But I've decided that in the front, I'm actually going to put a reflection pool because I went to Garden Creations, New Jersey, and I realized that what I thought was a pre-made concrete pool with a fountain is actually something I can construct myself. So that is what I'm going to do. So for what I'm going to start on today, this evening after work, is I have some garden landscape fabric, and so I'm going to put that down for the paths. But then I'm going to take black sheeting and I'm going to start smothering all the grass. I'm going to try to get out here and plant some of the hydrangeas because they really do need to go in the ground. So hang on, let me drag the pooch with me. As you can see, I have a lot of dandelions and that sort of thing. Because it was raining this weekend, I didn't get to cut anything, which is fine. So here is the front flower bed. This is one side of the driveway. And so everything just kind of bloomed very weird this year. And, you know, we've just, this entire year, you know, between COVID and the weather, it's just been a funky year. So that right there is a Kogain Fubuki Dahlia. And those are calendulas. The yellow ones are the lemon part of, which is part of the orange and lemon twist. And those other colored, the ones that are more peachy, those are the coffee and cream. There's some white zinnias and purple zinnias right there. And these are gladiolas, which have been blooming. They usually bloom all at once. This year they've just been blooming. It's been weird how they've been blooming. It's just dribs and drabs. So this is the Dahlia Patches, and that is Zinnia Envy. And the white thing back there, that is, I've heard it said different ways, Scabotia or Scabiosa. I say Scabiosa because it sounds very Harry Potter-ish. And this is the Lavender Moonflower. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you guys is that I will never grow Moonflower over here like this again. It's just taking over. I have a plan because I do like it. I do like the fact that it's prolific. This was not the best spot. So the purple things that you see down here, ooh, sorry, I just got hit in the face. Sorry about that, guys. I just got hit in the face with a butterfly. That is Blue Picote Morning Glory. And I've not been favorably impressed with those. They really haven't grown vigorously like I thought. I know that I've been told that they do better when the weather starts getting cooler, which is why I'm getting all these blooms now. So here is a sunflower. That one is, I was going to say Ruby Eclipse, but I don't think it is. Well, that one's Ruby Eclipse. I don't know what that one is at all, because it doesn't look like what I thought I planted. That right here is a double click Cosmo, and that's another Cosmos over there. Here are some more zinnias, and here is some Black Eyed Susan vine. It's Blushing Susie. That's starting to take off. Here is the red Picote, and it's blossoming now that it's getting cooler. I was supposed to have trellised this, didn't happen. This right here, now this looks like Ruby Eclipse Sunflower. Now this one is an intersectional peony. It's called Julia Rose. It's not going in this bed, it's going in the Sunset Garden. So here is not Dahlia, Zinnia Starlight Rose. And here is Cherry Chocolate Sunflower. I really, really like this. It's definitely something I'm going to grow again. And this right here is a zinnia. And based upon the color of the bud, I would say that that's going to be lined with blush. Okay. And then there's a Ms. Mars Sunflower, which is a dwarf variety that is multi-branching. And you know, guys, if there's any flower you should grow, especially if you're a beginner, sunflowers are the way to go. They're really great. They're easy. And especially if you get some of the dwarf varieties, they're multi-branching. Okay, guys, so I definitely think the water in this section is poor, which is why all my nasturtiums really bit the dust. The one you see right here is Buttercream. The one you see right here is Peach Melba. Now, these looked very pathetic a few weeks ago, but because we started getting more rain, it rebounded. Now, that little thing right there, that's a pedestal. I got that from Garden Creations. I have another one on the other side, and I saw an urn in Lowe's that I'm going to put on top, and I'm going to get some concrete glue and kind of make my own, like, urn type thing. And that will be happening shortly, I hope. So this is the rose that was mislabeled as Poet's Wife, which I think is probably Jubilee Celebration. And here are my zinnias. And there's just it's just a mass of them. I planted them kind of close together, and don't get me wrong, I like the effect. It's awesome. I probably would space these out a little bit more next year because, well, but you know the thing is, usually placing them closer together constrains the size, but these are actually the full height that they're supposed to be. So I don't know, maybe I won't.
This is Queen Lime Red, which I love. Oh, you know what? I think that other one was Queen Lime Red too. And that's Zinnia NV. There's the blush one. And you know what? I really liked these. I would definitely grow them again. So there we have some White-Eyed Susan vine. Those are Scabiosa, and some of the heads have already, I think they're going to seed, and I'm hoping they do so because I would like to collect it. This is the Isaac House blend. This is Nigella, known as Love in the Mist, and those are seed heads, and they're starting to open, so I'm going to have to watch those carefully so I can make sure I get seeds, because I really love these. Bumper Snoot is inspecting the the Thunbergia vine, and so there's Blushing Susie, the regular vine. These back here are sunflowers, and I need to deadhead them. These are they're called Double Dandy, and the color is actually different now, I think because the weather is getting cooler. And so these little pink things right here, those are cornflower, known as bachelor buttons. I'll definitely be growing that again. And this is another Dahlia Patches. And I have Dahlia Kogain Fubuki. It's over here. You know, a lot of damage happened. We got a major storm, and it damaged a lot of stuff. And my garden was no exception. So that's Kogain Fubuki. And I like it. You know, the thing about that dahlia is that the color is not consistent throughout. Sometimes it's more yellow, sometimes it's more pink. But it's a dahlia, and I like dahlias. Okay, so this little baby under here is hiding. It's all shy. Is Ms. Mars. And this massive thing right here, this is the moonflower. It's the lavender moonflower. It got huge. As a matter of fact, it's growing back there. I'm going to have to go through with my weed whacker and just actually cut this down. It is massive. Like I said, I will never grow this over here again. Yeah, the TP that I made, well, first of all, it got blown down in the storm, and the weight of the plant is just collapsing it. There's some zinnias back there, and some here, and yeah, so this entire section, like these sunflowers are definitely spent. And then here is the Morning Glory red Picoti. Okay, so over here are vegetables, and gotta go get that cucumber. Actually, I gotta get a bunch of the cucumbers. I didn't realize there was anything over here. I haven't been checking it like I was supposed to. I've been getting much busier at work, so it's been a little bit harder. Oh, and I've even got some peppers over here. Okay, I definitely need to come out here. This was the tomato bed, which, when we got that major storm, like pretty much that killed all of the tomatoes. I don't know what happened, it just did. So I'm going to clear off this entire bed, and I have some new vegetables that I'm going to put in here. This is the herb bed, and it needs to be weeded. This, I think, is my lemongrass right here, which seems to have, yeah, this lemongrass, wow. Very grassy. So, and there's some, not tomatoes, carrots over there. Oh, my basil's starting to go to seed, a flower, so I got to come over out here and clip that. And then here is my rose Desdemona. Okay, now over here, this right here is a pumpkin, I think. And it has grown completely out of its bed. Like, it has gone wild. I'm not really sure what it is yet. Hopefully it'll start fruiting soon. But it went from here. This is the strawberry bed, which I got to weed that. And the corn just did not. It died in that last storm we had. And this is the pumpkin patch over here. So this thing has seriously grown all the way over there. Now, as you can see back here, ooh, there is a pumpkin. I believe that's the Cinderella pumpkin. I'm going to have to check it to see if it's ready. But the pumpkins, ooh, I have a lot of stuff growing. Okay, so those little things right there, those are the honey nut squash. They're starting to turn. And this right here, honestly, I don't even know what this is right here. I'm gonna have to look and see what I grew. Maybe that's a Jaredol pumpkin. Maybe it just started coming out recently. And let's see, here's another one. You know what? I have no idea what this actually is. It looks like a pumpkin. I'm gonna have to check because I know I grew some other types of squashes, but ooh, I'll just be watching it and picking because I do like squash. Okay, so over here is the Sunset Garden. So let me just pan here. Isn't that amazing? It's really thickening up. There's some dahlias back there that are getting ready to start blooming. These wispy things are cosmos. I didn't realize cosmos got as big as it did. I definitely have to get in here and weed. There is some, I think that's more morning glory vine. And then right here are the portulaca. And I love the way this grew into like a mini hedge. And I'm going to try to track down some seeds because I really, really like this. It's like succulent-like, and so it did well over here because I wasn't really watering this very well. So there's some lantana back there that didn't really get big, as it usually does. The zinnia are happy. I'm going to have to dehead those babies. The roses, I don't know if you can see the roses back there. They are blooming. They haven't really started to put out a lot of the growth, but I think next year they'll really take off. And here's some more vine right here. I think it's, actually some of these are weeds. The other ones, ooh, it's growing up that dahlia. I'm going to have to get it off of that. That one dahlia right there, 1 second, is starting to open. I don't know which one it is. I'll have to see once it gets open. And here's, you can get a better glimpse of the lantana. Okay, so let me go to the moon garden. So with the last storm, I'm going to have to get some work done to this sycamore tree because it drops a lot of branches when it rains. And so I'm still honestly cleaning up mess from, we've had 2 storms. And so there's been a lot of branches that have come down. And so I'm still cleaning up this mess. And every time it rains, this thing drops stuff. So here's the moon garden back here. I don't know, this stuff didn't do well. I don't know if it was, I think I probably planted everything a lot later than I probably should have. And the watering issue, that you can see the rust running down the side of the house. It's just not working out. It was I ended up having to do it manually because that faucet just leaks so much I couldn't really leave it on. But I'll show you the spigot that's going to start feeding this side, and hopefully that should take care of that issue. So these are some more plants that I have to do. This is a daisy, which is recovering. And then these are 2 lilies. They're lavender. These right here are my, what are these? Pawpaw tree. And so I've decided I'm going to grow these in big containers. I'm going to go get them from Lowe's. I'm just going to get big terracotta pots. And as you can see, leaves are already starting to come down because a couple weeks ago we had, the weather turned cool. And so when that happened, the leaves are changing now. So this right here, I believe, is a crepe myrtle tree. And I like it's pretty, but I'm going to cut it down. Sorry, guys. This is a magnolia tree. I'm going to see if I can say that, because I really did like the blooms on it, but I'm not sure. This is the greenhouse. Take a good, hard, long look, because this is going to be the last. You see it. This is the greenhouse. I'm going to take this down. I'm not using it for next year. I'm doing something different. I'm getting a new greenhouse. And so, over the next couple years, I'm going to be, oh my goodness, I tried cutting that magnolia down. It's coming back. Shoot. Yeah. I'm going to have to work on that. And so, this is eventually where I want the potager garden to go. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting all croaky here. This right here is my discharge pipe for my which is, what is it called? My sump pump. And that is trash that flew in during the storm. Got to clean that up. This is part of the old sprinkler system that the other owners have. It's not working. So, last part I want to show you is where the oh no. So I just lost part of my microphone. So the last section I wanted to show you is by the tall pine tree stand. Okay, so as you can see, that branch is coming down, so I got to get a saw, a pole saw, to take that down. But what I wanted to show you back here is that, just so you can see how far the squash have gone. Oh my goodness, and there's another pumpkin. Shoot. So there's a squash right there. That's a Hubbard squash. And there is another pumpkin. So I'm going to have to get there in there. So I'm not going to put the pumpkins over here next year because this is kind of crazy. Oh, but you know what? I just forgot. I didn't show you guys the new section of the moon garden. So let's walk over there. Okay, so this section is very chaotic looking. Okay, so Lowe's had a sale on the limettas, so they were $8, so I bought a bunch of those. I have no idea where I'm going to put them. I'm thinking of putting them in these beds right here to make that look a little bit more formal. I have heuchera. Some of these, the three in the front I got from Dambly's. The four in the back I got from the Stonebridge Garden Peddler. As those are coneflowers, they're green twister, because none of mine survived. And so here is what's going to be the moon garden. And so I got a lot of work to do in here. So first off, I gotta get these weeds out. I need to get some mulch. And these are the boho hydrangeas. And it's going to be a hedge, which is why I have 4 on this side and 4 on this side. That is the new water spigot. Okay, so if you guys remember from my video on rose rescue, that is the test of the D'Urberville rose that I cut back. Look how well it's flushed out. I've been giving it, fertilizer on an almost weekly basis. I need to give it some more water. These leaves right here are showing evidence of iron deficiency, and I don't even understand what that's about because I have iron water. So I'm hoping that's the way it looks when the leaves first come out, because as you can see with the older leaves, you're really not getting that. But yes, I have iron water, and so actually, you know what? I think I was giving it water from inside. I'm going to give it water from the spigot because there's no filtration on that, and that's what it's going to need. But that is coming back. It's come back remarkably. Okay, so this section over here is a mixture of limelight hydrangeas, which have fallen over in the last storm we had, as well as rhododendron, which I'm going to use to make a hedge in various places. The hydrangeas are going to go in the front. So, and that's a passion flower, which I got to get into a bucket, and that is my blueberries, which I also have to plant. So I got plenty of stuff to work on, and unfortunately, because of how hot it's been, none of this has gotten done. So guys, that is it for the tour. So now that it's cooling down, I'm going to be doing a lot more projects. I'm going to get a lot of stuff done to set up for next year. And, then next year, there are going to be other tours like in the fall, but hopefully by the time we get around to end of September, most if not all the plants will be in the ground. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.